Hello and welcome to the Victorious Living Solutions podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Nikeya Young, and our co-host for today, our wonderful, amazing, fantastic producer.
Oh, stop it. Rodney Young Jr.
All right, you all. And as you can see from the decor in the background, we are celebrating a very special episode today.
Yes.
Woo-hoo! You guys, today, the last episode, the season finale of season 9, also marks Victorious Living Solutions Podcast's 100th episode.
Wow.
We made it to 100 episodes.
We did it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so as producer, because I know it's one thing being on camera and dealing with all the things, but you are doing all the editing and just a whole lot. The digital marketing stuff, all the things. So this is a huge episode for you too.
It is. It means I have 100 podcast episodes under my belt all of a sudden.
You do. Shout out to you for not giving up on me.
Thank you. Of course not.
Not giving up on us, helping us to put all of this together over and over again, season after season after season, despite everything else we have to balance in addition to this. So,
yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. So, you guys, we're going to be talking about just some things about our journey throughout the process of the podcast, but we're still going to be staying on topic too.
Yeah.
So, this season the theme for this season has been Kingdom Business.
Yep.
And we have had some awesome guests on this season.
Yes.
This season has also worn me out. It has been the journey to get into this 100th episode, honey. Lord, we've had a lot of things going on. Me balancing a new job, which we'll talk about that. And just... Well, we have two businesses. We have Victorious Living Solutions, and then we also have YCS Web Agency, and then we have 3 kids, and then we're homeschooling, and then just all the things. So also just trying to stay on track with, I like to have all of my episodes done, batched, ready to go, and we can just schedule them to roll out on autopilot. It is always so serendipitous and just wonderful when that happens.
Yeah.
It didn't happen this season.
It happened. I think it maybe honestly happened twice during the whole process. Like twice I think we did it and we loved it. And it was perfect. It didn't work out like that this time.
It did not. You guys,
every obstacle possible.
Every obstacle possible. If one more guest cancels on me, oh my God.
Right.
I don't know what was going on this season. I'm like, Lord, what is happening right now? But, everything worked out and everyone who was supposed to be on this season made it on. And this is not our final season. Hello. We're just celebrating 100. We're planning to go far beyond just 100 episodes. Yeah. But this is a big milestone. This is like podcasting. Anybody who's been thinking about it, and then there's people who have started. Getting to 100, that seems to be the general consensus seems to be, if you can make it to 100 episodes, you're going to be all right after that. But because it's so tempting to give up long before then.
Sure. Yeah, it is.
It's so tempting to be like, no, you be dragging just to get to episode 50 is like, God, dog, I think I might give up. So just getting to 100 is a big deal.
Yeah. I was thinking about it too because I'm like, man, 100 episodes is a lot. And then I started looking, not to be comparing or anything, but I started checking out some podcasts that I like and stuff like that. And it's like episode 2045. Right. I'm like, oh, we ain't doing nothing. We just...
Man, we're still babies. We're still babies in this podcast.
So it gave me perspective. It showed me that there's a lot more to it. There's a lot more territory to cover. And ultimately, we have to know why we're doing it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So do we have like a topic for today, or are we just kind of chatting a little bit?
Yeah, I was thinking the topic for today should be keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going, right? And it's an appropriate topic for a couple of reasons. One, because yes, this is our 100th episode, but yes, we are just getting started. We have so much further to go in this thing. But also just, you guys in the Chicagoland area, you might have noticed something in the news this past week. Now, you also, those of you who've been watching this season, you know I've talked about my new job and how, I think it was like 1 or 2 episodes ago, child, I was like talking about how God just really led me to the right boss to work for. And, you know, my students are amazing. I'm doing an adjunct professor role and just really talking about how it's been an adjustment.
Yeah.
Getting back into the workforce. Yeah. But just what a blessing it's been and how much I love my school and all the things. And then what happened? I can't say it. I can't bring myself to say it. You say
they're closing the school.
They're closing my school, y'all.
Yeah, they're closing the school.
They're closing my school.
Yeah. And there were a lot of...
I've been wearing their t-shirts on the podcast all season, all throughout the season, wearing my proud Trinity Christian College sweatshirts and t-shirts.
The school is closing and
at the end of the school year.
Yeah, at the end of the school year. And so this would mark your last semester.
Yes, my first and last semester. Grand opening, grand closing.
Yeah, so how does that... So I think that there's a lot of lessons in that.
Yes. My God.
That we can talk about. What do you think is maybe one of the ones that's biggest in your mind? How you're processing it? Because we always talk about pivoting. And then we're also talking about kingdom business, which is doing business based on the kingdom, for the kingdom of God, specifically, and being led by him in the process.
Yeah.
So when you think about all of that and you think about, okay, great, I found this great opportunity, man. Yeah. And I mean, I thought God was in it too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think I honestly think he still is.
I do too.
But what have been your reflections that we can glean from and that we can learn?
It's been so many, y'all. Okay, first of all, I just gotta say that one of the ways that I process and I deal with things is by laughing. So please don't be fooled by the fact that I'm cracking up laughing at this, because it's not funny. It's really not funny. Like, I'm laughing just because of, what's that Alanis Morissette? Isn't it ironic? The irony of it all is just so bizarre. But it's been really hard. And the announcement was made like a week ago. And going back to work after that announcement has been made, it's just been
kind
really
of been weird, right?
It's been really somber and really, so we're trying to like put on a brave face and be there for the students because they're all freaking out. Like, they're like, what? I just got here. You know, I'm working with freshmen. They're like, we just got here. We don't want to go to another school. And I'm like, I don't either. Like, yeah. And so it's crazy. It's really crazy. The school really is a remarkable school. Trinity Christian College has been in Palos Heights, Illinois. The school has been around for 66 years.
Yeah.
And so for me, being an adjunct professor, for anyone who is curious about it or has never done it or whatever, it's a contract position. It's not a permanent position. It's a good foray into higher education. Everyone starts at adjunct and then you kind of work your way up over the years. And then you get, you know, associate professor and then professor. And, you know, there's different levels or whatever. But adjunct is like on a semester to semester basis. So it's like you're contracted out for this semester. So you always know that there's a possibility that you won't be picked up the following semester, or you may, but you're at least in their funnel. So it's like if you're not picked up the following semester, you can still come back in the summer classes.
Yeah, it just depends on what's happening.
Yeah, it depends on what's happening or what's being scheduled or whatever, or you can just come back in fall of the following year. So there was always that possibility there. It wasn't like, oh, I've been hired at this job, it's a permanent position. That's not what adjuncting is, right? So, but even given that, there was still like a grieving because it was like, okay, not coming back the next semester is one thing, but not ever being able to come back at all is quite another. Ever. Like, after, now the school is still going to go on through the rest of this academic year. But after that, this graduating class that's graduating in May, they are the last graduating class of Trinity Christian School. And it just, even saying that out loud is so weird to me. I mean, I'm like hopelessly optimistic. I'm like, maybe, just maybe, there's going to be some Hail Mary final hour save, like some big daddy Warbucks donor is going to come and just give all this money to the school so we don't have to close. Because it's just like so unbelievable to me.
Yeah.
That a whole college can just not exist anymore.
So if you get past just the emotion of it all, what have you learned?
A lot of things. One is that part of the reason that I am, even though I'm sad, I'm able to just kind of laugh about it and move on, is because of Victorious Living Solutions. And that is the biggest takeaway. Is that because I already have something for myself, then it's not like, oh, what am I going to do now? You know, I'm thankful that I'm just going to continue doing what I was already doing before I even started. And part of the things that I do is workshop facilitation and working with colleges and universities. And so I want to go back and do more of that. And just really, after I just got over the shock of like a whole college no longer existing, as soon as I started working there, it was just like, well, okay, how can I just pivot and do what I've already been doing? Yeah.
So
that's just it. Like, it's not going to stop.
So as a kingdom business person, how is God in this, and where are you seeing him right now?
Well, first of all, he's not shocked by what happened. I was quite shocked,
sure,
but God was not. And so he's always in control. And things like this, I'm not the only person this is happening to. A lot of people are going through layoffs and just sudden job loss. And this is a season, you know, the economic times that we're in. And for those of you who are wondering why is the college closing, it's for financial reasons.
Yeah.
The college has been consistently hemorrhaging money since the COVID pandemic, and a lot of colleges and universities. And that was the other part that I've learned. As I started looking, well, maybe let me look around and see who else needs an adjunct. I started to realize that it was not just a Trinity thing, that a lot of colleges and universities, not just in Illinois, but around the country, are struggling with low enrollment, dips in enrollment. And it makes sense when you think about it. If people can barely afford groceries, then college is out of the question for a lot of people.
Especially private college.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, private college. So going back to it.
God is your source.
God is your source. Okay.
That's the main thing. And always having something that you can do, because the economic times are always uncertain. And God knows that. God gave each of us gifts and talents, and he expects us to use those to glorify him, you know, to the best of our ability. But there's always something that he has given us. It's like the widow at Zarephath. It's like, okay, I don't have anything. The creditors are going to come take my sons. Like, I'm about to lose it all. This is the end. And he's just like, you know, what do you have in your house? You know, I just got this oil. I'm going to make a little cake for it. Me and my son are going to eat it, and we're going to die. That's just it. We don't have anything. And it's the prophet tells her, make me a little cake first. You know, or make me, you know, you got the oil. It's like, am I confusing stories? But it's like
very counterproductive.
Yeah, it's just kind of like, you got some oil, take that, go. There's two, and I'm mixing the stories up because there's two stories. There's one to make me a little cake first, but then there's the other one where the prophet tells the widow to just borrow vessels from your neighbors, borrow not a few, and the more she poured the oil into the vessels, it just kept multiplying. And I feel like that's where we are, Victorious Living Solutions right now. Me, myself, personally. It's like, what do you have?
I'll say that parable messed me up last year, but we'll talk about that later. I misinterpreted some things, but
oh no,
let's keep going.
Oh no, that sounds like another episode. Lord. So yeah, what was I saying? I mean, that's what I'm okay, yeah, no. But that's where we are. Is we have a lot to pour out, and me pouring out my gifts and serving as an adjunct at Trinity College was one vessel. But that was not the only vessel. It's like what I have in me is there's a well of information, of gifts, of talents, of services, of things that I can do both individually and through my company.
Yeah.
And just to continue to pour that out and have faith that God is going to multiply it.
Okay. I'm going to keep picking at the God thing because I know there's people thinking stuff, right? So, all right. So, do you think God led you there?
I do, actually.
Okay.
I do. Okay. My boss that I was working with, she's
even though it closed.
Even though it closed.
You think the Lord led you there?
I do. Like, and this is the reason why. It was just like such a favorite thing. The interview process.
It was super easy. I remember.
Super easy.
I said, man, God is in this.
I'm like, whoa.
That doesn't always mean, by the way, that God led you into something. I just want to disclaim that. Just because things are easy, doesn't mean it was God. Like, ooh, this is easy. It's easy to steal this or whatever. It's like, no, that's not God.
Oh God.
But in the way that things happened and they rolled out in this opportunity, it was clear that the favor of God was on you.
Yes.
Yeah, that He gave you favor.
Yes, He did, and there was an opportunity to walk into something that had never been done before.
So why do you think God would have you would let you get a job at a place that's going to close immediately? I mean, like, I know there's some people thinking that ain't God. How would God be involved in that?
I mean,
how do you reconcile that?
That the students that I'm working with,
okay,
the boss that I'm working with, I was supposed to meet them.
Yep.
And it may not be revealed to me exactly why for many years to come.
Yeah.
But I was supposed to meet these students. I love my students.
Yeah.
I was supposed to connect with my boss. Like, she's amazing.
Yeah.
And furthermore, how I know that it was God was that the program that I'm in, the Flourish program, working with our students with intellectual disabilities. And for those who don't know, I do have a master's of special education and former special education teacher background. But that program didn't exist.
Yeah.
That program was just created and launched this semester. And I am the first adjunct professor to, one of the first people to be hired to work in this program. There's like a couple of other classes that they have too. So I'm one of the first group of teachers to work with the students in this inaugural program.
So it's possible for God to lead you into something that's not going to last long.
Exactly. And that's the thing. Because
like you might think it's going to last
long.
But
long.
Then something, yeah.
And it's like, because I love the program so much and I love my students, I could see how that could have become a comfort zone for me.
Okay.
I could see that. And when I say that, I mean, not in a bad way, but I mean comfortable, like, entrepreneurship is hard. It's very unpredictable, and initially it gets better in the longer you stick it out with it.
This is what we're saying. Don't quit.
Why right? Today's episode is called "Keep Going."
Yeah, keep going. Yeah,
keep going. But you have to do all the things at first, and we're still really early in our company.
Oh yeah,
where we're still doing a lot of the things. Until we get to that mashing the gas and we can hire a team and we can have all the elaborate things.
Yeah.
And so, just getting a job part-time, not full-time, but part-time, just to pay for some things, get some expenses taken care of. And I'm like, this is the perfect kind of job to get because it's like a contract, semester to semester basis. I'm not trying to get anything super duper permanent because I'm trying to grow this business, right? But when you love something so much, I could see how it could have become like
so maybe you could have picked up more classes.
Yes, because the school was so amazing. I really did love the school. It wasn't just that I loved my students that I'm working with, I'm like, this is such a cool school. I would just be walking around campus. In fact, the day before the announcement, I had gone to a staff meeting and I came out and the leaves were all turning colors and the campus was so pretty. I just pulled out my cell phone like, you guys, look how beautiful this campus is. Like, look at all the leaves. And it was just like, oh, it's such a pretty campus today. And then like the very next day.
About that.
Yeah. About that. Yeah. So, I don't know. I feel like that there's a lot of shaking going on in the economy and everything. And also, this was just...
Yeah, nothing is secure.
Nothing is secure but God. God is the same yesterday, today, and
in
forever.
my opinion,
so he's not changing, but everything else is subject to change.
Well, yeah, I mean, even a business. I mean, we talk a lot about having your own business, but even in having your own business, nothing's guaranteed with that. And you can have a lot of clients, but that can change.
Absolutely.
Industries, everything is changing right now, in a lot of industries. And so really it's all about getting direction from God and staying on that course, that he's leading you versus just kind of being out here thinking what I want to do, and just kind of making random decisions.
Absolutely.
So I think that getting that direction is really important.
Yes, for sure. Definitely. But the higher education, if you guys are in higher education, just know it's a thing. I did not know that before. I know it now, but low enrollment and financial troubles for colleges and universities are things. So that just goes to show you where we are as a society, because whoever would have thought that we would get to the place where college as we know it is in danger.
Well, some of the most stable jobs.
Yes. Education used to be one of those jobs that you can, if you can't do anything else, you can get a job doing that.
Especially higher education when you get plugged in. I mean, I worked for our alma mater for almost a decade. Yeah. Right? And I left on my own, but I'm just saying, that's one of those places I can stay for a long time. Yeah. Right? So I think that we can't find any security in anything but him.
Absolutely. For sure.
Now I had a situation like yours too. Well, it wasn't exactly like yours, but I thought God was leading, and I took a new job right after our son was born. And what happened? Baby. Yeah. So, baby, I'll spare all the details. I maybe use that on a different podcast episode.
Yeah, but we got to talk about that.
Suffice it to say, the new job asked me to do something that was against my morals and ethics. And I decided, okay, do I need to, it wasn't illegal, but it was super unwise, okay, and very risky. And ultimately, it was a moral and a spiritual decision that I would be disobeying God by doing this, okay? And I had to make a decision, right? Like, am I going to stick around? And I was like, I just got here. Like, I prayed about this.
Was like 5 or 6 weeks old.
I prayed about this, man. You know what I mean? Like, it was less time than when you, I think it was but probably less time than you've been here. But what happened after that? Well, God then led us into, I had to kind of figure out what to do while I was interviewing for jobs. And this one right over here said, well, maybe you could build some websites or something. I don't know, to like tide us over. And I'm like, good idea. Well, almost 10 years later, we have a company right now that I work for full time that does that. That wouldn't have happened if I had not gotten in that adverse situation. So God can lead you into weird stuff. I mean, God led Jesus into the desert to be tempted by, into the desert to be tempted by the devil. Yeah. Right. And so there are purposes sometimes for these weird, detours or
I don't know,
whatever you want to call them. Right. Yeah. I mean, sometimes it's just us. Sometimes we just make a bad decision. Like that wasn't wise. I mean, but when I go back for that one, I'm like, no. Like, I know God led me into that one.
And it could have been just to face that
test. Yeah, literally, yeah. I think it was.
Yeah, to see if that was a big test.
Well, yeah, and I mean, it was one of those tests that ended up being legendary. And I say legendary, not bragging on myself, but I'm saying my son has that as a reference point. And I remember when I made that decision, I thought about my then 3-month-old son. And I'm like, if he was like 30 something and called me and said, Dad, they're telling me I should be doing this. And, what do you think? I wouldn't have wanted to punk out and tell him, well, I don't know. Because I didn't do it, because I couldn't stand up, and do the right thing.
He was not 3 months. He was like not even 2 months.
He was very young. But,
he was little. But
all I'm saying is that because of that right now, he has a reference point, like stand up and do the right thing. God will take care of you,
Yep.
So the key is not quitting. So 100 episodes.
100 episodes.
Okay. So here's a question. When have you felt like quitting? Or no, maybe I'm not going to say that. How often have you felt that you should quit this podcast? How often?
I don't know. I feel like at least 2 or 3 times per season.
Oh, I thought you were going to say like per month.
Well, yeah. I mean, because a season for
season
us
is like a couple months.
10 episodes.
Like 2.5 months or whatever.
1 episode per week. And
about it once every 5 weeks or so, maybe.
The temptation is there every season because, child, I be tired. And then I like this part. I like talking to you all. I like the on-camera part. I do not like everything else that goes into getting a podcast of this magnitude off the ground. And when I say off the ground, I mean all of the stupid stuff you have to figure out with the algorithms and how to get it to where people see
promoting
it.
Yeah.
That is the part that gets on my nerves. If I'm being honest. And whenever I feel that urge to quit, it's usually right around then.
Right around.
Like when we put out an episode and I'm like, we've worked really hard on it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so great. And then it's like got
3 views.
Yeah. Or like 20 views or something. And I'm like, what? Yeah, that kind of stuff will make you want to quit.
So when you work that hard and only 20 people have seen it.
Yeah. But keep going. That's the thing, and I'm figuring out all the back end stuff. I get these scam emails too from like people from like other countries that is like some kind of bot or something. Like, I've looked at your YouTube channel and it's all these circles and diagrams and charts and I can fix it and contact me today.
All you have to pay is $17,000 and bam, you'll be number 1 on YouTube.
Yeah. If there was a quick fix, it's just like, it's always, if it's a quick fix, there's some other stuff behind it that, you don't want.
So then you work hard and not as many people as you want to see it. Some people would say 20 people is like, wow, 20 people saw my stuff. Other people are just like, that ain't nothing, So why do you keep doing it then?
Because I know my why. There's a couple of things.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. There's
a couple of things. So Victorious Living Solutions is not just a podcast. It's a transformative coaching company. And even though I don't have the gas on it that I would like, people are watching it. And the gigs that I've booked for workshop facilitation, one of the first things people will say to me is, oh, I looked on your website and I saw what you had to say about such and such and such and such. Can you come talk to our audience about that? Right? And so the things that you want to happen may not happen in real time, like, oh, only 20 people watched it. But it's like sometimes people will catch something at just the right moment. And they'll be like, oh my gosh, let me go back and find that whole episode because they saw a reel or something. Let me go find the full episode because that was a really good nugget. They go back and they find the episode and they go, oh, there's a whole channel here. And then they start binge watching. They start catching up on all the other stuff that you have.
Or not. They just saw the clip and said, I like her.
Anything. Like,
right.
I've had both of those scenarios happen. And so the thing is you have to have something there. a body of work. And that's the biggest thing. Like, in addition to me just doing this because I absolutely love it and I like sharing information with people that's going to cause them to have a transformation and to live victoriously. But all of that aside, when you're doing the kind of work that I'm doing, and to go cold turkey and just be like, here's my speaker reel, here's my press kit, here's my website, I do all the things, hire me. It's just like, okay, but I don't know. It's kind of like when you're in college and you graduate and you got this bright, shiny degree and you're ready to hit the workforce. And then they're like, oh, we're looking for somebody with 3 or 4 years experience. And you're like, I just graduated. Like, but I have a degree. I know the stuff. Like, I can do the thing.
Give me a chance.
Yeah. And they're like, oh, we can't give you a chance because you don't have the experience. But I'm like, I don't have the experience because you won't give me a chance. You know what I mean? It's that kind of, which came first, the cart, or the horse? Like, what is going on here? So having a body of work that you can point back to me, that's like the years of experience, I guess. Because I can say on paper, here's all the things I've done. Here's all the things I know how to do. But people being able to have now 100 episodes worth of things that they can go back and just, oh, okay, she speaks on this. Well, can I hear a little bit of what you've done? They have a whole bunch to choose from. So
it's practice.
It's practice. And to me, it's proactive. It's not just sitting idle, waiting for someone to pick me. It is continuing to be active. And it's like, if somebody comes along and picks me, then that's fine. But if they don't, I'm still going to do the thing. I know what God called me to do. And I'm going to do that thing. Yeah. Whether the people are there clamoring for it or not. Like, it's in me because God put it in me and I'm going to let it out. So.
Yeah. So then you're saying that it's important to go ahead and do things even if the results aren't there. Now, I mean, is there a place of legitimacy where you need to is there a time to quit? Right? I mean, theoretically, okay?
Theoretically, I guess, but God has not said to quit. Yeah.
So maybe it's when he gives you that direction.
Yeah. Okay. And when he gives me that direction, I don't know. And that's why I haven't done it yet. Even during the times where I've just been so frustrated, like, oh, I just feel like I'm going to quit, And then after I have my temper tantrum, I'll get over myself because it's like, now God ain't told you to quit. Yeah. All right, you're right, God, you did. Let me just get over it and go on downstairs and make this episode, right?
Yep. Yeah, I think first off, I want to make sure that those of you who are watching this right now don't feel slighted, like we don't appreciate you.
We absolutely do.
I think that one of the biggest reasons that we do this is that we do know that you're there, and we care about you, meaning we care about you getting value, you being able to be blessed by our experiences, the lessons we learned, the mistakes, absolutely. Our guests, like we get guests based on who we feel like will give you value. So it's not really so much just about us, Absolutely. It's really about you. And so thank you for like listening. Thank you for giving us your attention and time. Yes. Because there's a ton of other stuff you could be watching right now on the internet. Literally, right? I mean,
tons. There's a lot out here. There's a whole lot to choose.
There's like zillions of hours of videos being uploaded on YouTube right now. So we appreciate what you bring to the table, and we've heard from you guys, in different formats. People have sent us emails back. People have commented on videos and things like that, and let us know how much it's affected them.
And here's the thing, because if there's anybody else out there and you're in a similar situation and you're just like, oh my God, like, I don't know what to do, the numbers aren't numbering or whatever the situation may be. Let me just tell you this. If only one person saw it and it touched one person, that was worth it.
Well, yeah. And I think that if you're really doing it, okay, out of obedience to God. Right. Like, and I mean, check your motive too, right? Yeah. Because sometimes, let's just be real, sometimes we're not doing it out of obedience. We just want the attention. We want to build the business, and I mean, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with having a desire, but if you're doing something based on the fact that God told you to do it, then your success is that you did it.
That part.
Like your success is obedience. Like I obeyed orders. So it really ain't about, did they show up or not? I mean, I think about that when we discipline our kids. Sometimes I'm like, okay, I ain't getting the results I want. But did I obey God and discipline them? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or whatever it may be, right? Even though I don't get the result all the time that I want, am I being obedient? What do you think about that?
I mean, obedience is key. And that's the thing. Because if it was just about blowing up and building business and stuff, I would have been quit. Because it's like, what? This is not... No, but because it's like, just do what I told you to do. Just do what I've called you to do. Don't worry about numbers. Just get on there and do the thing. Just get on there and give the encouragement. Just get on there and share what I've put in you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you were obedient.
Then you're obedient.
I mean, so if no one saw it, if there were 0 views, did you do it?
I still did it.
Did you obey God? That's success to me. Like,
keep showing up.
Yeah, and he has his own ways of making things happen, like you've talked about. Opportunities have come just by us putting out content, by us being transparent. People have called on you to come into certain places, and speak and give your advice, and there's a lot more to come from that. So
absolutely,
yeah. So what are some other things that you would tell people? Is they're looking at you and they're like, okay, you got 100 episodes, man. Like, what are some other tips on how to like make it far, and something and be consistent? Because that's everything, right?
Surrender the results to God.
That's a good one.
Life gets easier when you surrender the results to God, because then you can just focus on the doing.
That's good. That's really good.
Yeah.
So surrendering the results.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, there's wisdom, right? Like God will give you wisdom. He'll show you natural things you can do. Like, God knows how the algorithms work, right?
Yeah.
So, you do everything that you can do right in the natural to make it the best you can, right?
Yeah.
So we're not saying don't do anything. We're not saying don't investigate how you can do it better. But I think even that, right? Surrendering, like taking it to God and saying, Lord, this is what we think, but we want to do what you want us to do with this.
Because it's really a faithfulness test is what it is.
Yeah.
That's, in a nutshell, that's what it is. Just being faithful.
Yeah. I mean, what about people who speak to small crowds for a long time and they don't quit, and then the Lord opens up a big crowd later, or a bigger crowd, and then a bigger crowd, right?
Yes.
Like, because
from
God
faith
saw
to faith and glory to
he
glory.
saw that they were faithful over that small crowd. I think who is it? I think it was Joyce Meyer. Joyce Meyer speaks in front of millions of people all the time, but she started out for several years, doing a small Bible study.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
She said I was sitting there doing a small Bible study, smoking cigarettes. She was still coming out the world, right? But she was
Joyce
faithful. I love how real she is, but she was faithful over that for a long time before any big opportunity came. And then there were disappointments and things like that. But the faithfulness is everything. Absolutely.
The faithfulness and the character development, because you can't skip steps. That's the thing. Like I'm sharing things God gave me to share, but I'm growing and I'm developing, by doing what he's told me to do. So it's not just about who you're serving, but God has something that he wants to grow on the inside of you before you can get to whatever your next level is.
That's good. Yeah. I agree with that. How do you think God is, what is she doing?
I don't know.
That's Nikeya.
Yeah, our kids are upstairs.
We
should bring them down. I feel like we're always talking about them. Like, they need to be on the episode. Good Lord.
We'll throw them down here later, I guess. So how is your character developed through this podcast? Like, in what ways?
Just a confidence building.
Okay.
Because having ideas on paper for speaking topics is one thing. But I think I told you guys several times that I was involved very heavily with Toastmasters International and how that was a confidence building. And one of the pathways, there's different projects and different pathways that you do in Toastmasters. One of them was to launch a podcast. And when I first started Toastmasters, I was a division director, so I was a high district leader for District 103 here in Chicago. When I started the podcast, and so I was just like, "Oh, I'm starting a podcast anyway, so I'll just make this my project," you know. And I launched out, and just like Toastmasters was a good organization to help me practice speaking in front of people, podcasting has helped develop my on-camera.
Okay, so skills. Okay.
But it's also developed just my confidence in who I am and what I have to say.
Okay.
Because a lot of times, and I even think back to the Bible story where God was telling Moses to go, and he's like, "I'm not that good at speaking, Lord. Like, I don't know. I don't think you want me. Like, I'm not. I stutter. I'm this, I'm that."
No, you know you don't stutter.
I don't stutter. Like, it wasn't anything like that, but it was just kind of like, you know, you think you can do a thing, but I think it was like the comparison thing.
Okay.
Like, I always knew that I could do it, but you know, when there's so many people in a space who are also doing the same thing that you do, it could be like, God, are you sure? Like, I don't know. Should I really do this? Should I really, okay.
So having the assurance of what God put on the inside of you.
Yeah, that it was good enough just as it was, that it didn't need to be like what so-and-so is doing, what anybody else is doing, that just trusting what God put on the inside of you.
Yeah, I think that's really important.
That was the biggest development thing.
Yeah, I know that when it comes to skill development, I learned a whole bunch about editing, man. I mean, just I've learned a lot about how to edit video, how to edit for podcasts, audio, clips, the marketing aspect afterwards, you know, how to cut reels. I've experimented with several different types of software. So I've picked up a ton of skills just doing this. And I think one of the reasons we put off doing it initially was we wanted to pay someone else to do it. Remember?
Yes, we did.
We wanted to pay someone else to do it because we were just convinced that we didn't have enough time, that we didn't have, you know, the bandwidth to do it. And then we just finally just said, forget it, right?
Yeah. It was going to be really costly to pay someone to edit it. And again, eventually, will we get to the point where we do that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is a goal, to grow to that point. But in the early stages of the business, it would not have been wisdom to use that much money for that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because that would have had we would have had to sustain it.
Yep.
And if you start out at a certain level, you can't just
go backwards. You can't start off with next level editing and all this stuff, and then the next season be looking like, wah, wah, wah.
Right.
Like, what happened? So they just went downhill.
Instead, y'all think we just look great. So.
Yeah, it's kind of like one of those things. Like, don't start it until you're ready to hold it at that level.
But it's gotten better and better.
It has. It has.
I mean, we started off on the other side of this room on a white backdrop.
Yep.
And you were standing up talking.
Yep.
And then we migrated over here and we got you sitting down.
Yep.
Behind a backdrop.
Then we started getting little shelves.
We gradually kind of built the set a little bit, you know, and now we have a nice, you know, we have a better microphone. I think this is like the third microphone that we've used so far. So, you know, from faith to faith and glory to glory. I mean, and that should encourage you in whatever stage you are in your business to say, hey, look, this isn't the end. If you keep going, like, God will start to elevate you. He'll give you more wisdom. He'll show you how to do things. You'll just naturally get better at it. Yes.
Oh, and that was the other thing. So I'm glad you pointed out the different sets and all the... if you are waiting for everything to be perfect in order to launch, you ain't never gonna do nothing.
Yeah.
If you don't go ahead and start with what you have,
yes.
That's the biggest thing.
Yes.
Start with what you have and trust God to continue to add on to you as you go. But just sitting here like, oh, once I get this, then I will start. Oh, once I get that, then I'll start. Okay, once I lose 15 pounds. Okay, once I...
No.
Just start. Just start.
And once again, people should see it get better.
Right.
Like, everyone knows that no one starts out at the top. I mean, when we started our web business, I mean, we weren't as good as we are now. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, we gradually got better every project, you know, but I didn't wait to say, oh, you know, I need to, you know, get a degree in web design before I even start this. No, I had a baby to feed. You know what I'm saying? Like, we had to just get out there and work what we had, right? And so God blessed it. So, yeah, I think that's a really great lesson. I think a lot of people will find some value from that.
Yeah.
So any other thoughts? Any other like closing thoughts? What do you what can they expect from the future?
Ooh, oh my goodness. You know what? Right now,
because there will be another episode. We
gotta get ready for season 10. I am going to relax. I'm not even going to tell y'all what to expect in the future. What you can expect from the future is that we're going to be here. That's what you can expect. We'll be back and better than ever.
Yeah.
But I love that we're finishing up taping before the end of November. Because, baby, I am going to holiday, okay? I'm going to holiday like I ain't never holiday.
We're having a real hiatus this time.
We're having a real hiatus, okay? I won't make it too long because I don't want to like get too far into January before we come back. But
we'll start kind of early January.
We'll start early January.
We know y'all are, you know, alike to hear from us when it comes to goals, and so we may have sprinkling in a few special, you know, videos here and there to help you get ready for 2026. Big thing that we do here is vision boarding, so maybe give you a few tips on that.
Absolutely.
For sure, you know, but we're going to kind of take it easy, pray, plan,
get clarity,
figure out what God wants us to do. I mean, like, that's the big thing. It's like, you know, what's the direction? And so we're still praying about that stuff. Some natural things I know I can tell you that you'll see coming from the production end is you will start to see more clips. Mm-hmm. So one thing that we do is we release a lot of shorts, a lot of reels. You know, you'll see those on YouTube or on Instagram. What we're going to start to do is give you guys clips. And so those clips are going to be like between 5 and 15 minutes, but they may just zero in on a part of some of the conversations that we've had. And I've found that a lot of other podcasts, that's a great way to be able to get people into the conversation and give you something of value. If you ain't got an hour to listen to us yap all day, right? So, you know, and you might listen to that and decide, I want to hear him yap. I got a long trip tomorrow or something. You know? So we're going to give you guys a little bit more of that. You know, we're definitely going to be coming back with great guests again. I mean, you know, we've had some amazing guests, and shout out to all the guests, all the people.
If you have ever been a guest on this show, thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
We've had amazing guests. We've had a few that have come back full circle from like season 1, you know, and they've come back. And so we appreciate you so much. You've brought so much value to our show. Yeah.
Amazing. So that's pretty much it, you guys. Oh, another thing you can expect in the future is we wanted to do it this semester. I said semester. You see how my brain is.
It's an academic right here.
But it was just too much going on. But in the future, you can expect to see more products.
Yes.
We have services, but you can expect to see more products. So when we have this long hiatus, we can work on those things and get those things going. But it was just like to add one more iron to the fire and be trying to do products on top of everything else we had going on. It was just like, I don't feel the grace, and I don't want to rush, just rush something out just to say that we did. Like, I really want to give it the proper time because I want these products to be popping. Okay.
Oh yeah. We want to give you guys the best. Like, we don't want to give you just anything. We want to give you something that's actually going to give you value.
Yes.
So if we give you a product, we want it to be something that's going to actually help you live victoriously, not just I got like a little thing here. This is cute that they did. No, we want to do something that's going to actually help you.
Yes.
So cool. I guess that's it, right?
That is it. Well, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in to episode 100. We made it to 100. We got a toast.
Yes.
We got a toast.
That we do.
All right. Let me see.
Men first. No,
tell me when.
all right.
That's good. All right. We gotta serve up a toast to episode 100.
Some good old non-alcoholic
Martinelli's.
apple cider, y'all.
Yes. All right. Do you have a toast you want to say?
To 100 episodes.
To 100
To not quitting.
episodes. To not quitting. And to many, many more to come.
Yeah. Here we go.
Cheers.
All right.
Thank you all for tuning in and keep living victoriously. Bye, everybody.